A man is playing games on his cell phone and his girlfriend is saying that he is very good, but she soon kisses another man. She then asks the man for money and he says she could get it from her purse. She then takes the money in the man's purse and gives half to the other man. He then tells the man that he was his best friend and goes to kiss his girlfriend, but before that, the man's mother arrives and they stop before she realizes it. The man asks what she wanted and she asks why he hasn't paid for her college yet. He says he paid, but she says no, that she just got a call saying he still hasn't paid and that he should have spent the money on the game. The man says he didn't spend the money on his gambling and his mother says he was addicted to gambling just like his father. He says that his father left his mother because she was too bitter. She tells her son to pay more attention to what he was doing with his life. She says he was spending all his time playing that game. He says he wasn't spending all his time on the game, because that game was going to give him a very good future. The mother then says that a game could not give him a future. He says he was investing in his future. What he spent today, soon he would earn twice as much, but she says he was wrong. The man then asks why she doesn't understand that he could have a future through that game, but she says he had to be thinking about studying. They continue arguing until the man's mother takes the cell phone from his hand. She then takes the phone, throws it on the floor and steps on it. The man is desperate and says he hates his mother and would live with his father. He is incredulous that his mother had broken his cell phone and his girlfriend tells them to go outside and calm down. The three then leave the house to try and calm down. The man then wonders why his mother did that to his cell phone. His girlfriend says that his mother would always want the best for him and would always be there for him. His friend says he could always count on him. Suddenly, the man's mother starts throwing his clothes from the second floor. They are very scared and tell the woman to calm down. The man then asks why she was doing that and she says it was for him to learn not to question what she says and that he was for him to leave his house. The man wonders what he was going to do now and his girlfriend says that she agreed with his mother and that he shouldn't have spoken to her that way. The friend says that if the man needed it, he could stay at his house. He then thanks his friend and says that he was indeed a true friend. Later, the two arrive at a friend's house and he begins to show them around. He says that the expenses for the house are all shared by the residents and asks if he would agree with that. The man says that he agreed and that he didn't know what he would do without his friend. The friend then says he had just one detail he had to talk about. He says that since the expenses of the house are divided among the residents, the man would have to help him and pay his share as well. He then asks if his friend was really going to charge him, but the friend says he had no option. The man then says he would stay in hands over the little money he had left. The friend then says that that money would not pay for much and that his friend should think of a way to get more. The man then says he would try to get a job. The friend then tells him to talk to his girlfriend, as she had said that she would help the man, maybe she could get him something, but he says he doesn't want to involve his girlfriend with his problems. The friend then says that he could stay for a while, but that he would not be able to support the man alone. He says he would soon get something. Sometime later, the man is with his girlfriend and she asks how he was doing. He says that although his friend helped him a lot, he was very homesick. She then says that she understood the man, but that he should rest assured that he would soon return to his home. The man then says the worst part was his friend was charging him for everything he used. The girlfriend then says that the life of a normal adult was like that she would have to pay for everything. He didn't know that, because he was always being protected by his mother. He says his money was almost gone and he didn't understand how there were so many expenses to be paid. She then asks him if he was broke and he says no, that his money all came from his mother. He says that he had been looking for jobs, but that he hadn't found them yet. The girlfriend then gets desperate and asks who would pay for her expenses now that her boyfriend has no more money. He tells her to be patient and that he was looking for a job, but she says it couldn't wait, her nails couldn't wait, her hair couldn't wait. The man then asks his girlfriend to understand his situation, but she says she doesn't care and that he should look for her when he gets a job. He then wonders what he would do now that on top of everything, he was without a girlfriend too. Sometime later, the man tells his friend that he was going to a job interview. He says that that was good news, because the money he had given was already gone. The man says he was looking for a job so he could help his friend as he had no money left. The friend then says that he understands his situation, but that he couldn't play his friend. He then says that he had thought that his friend would help him through this difficult time, but the friend says that it was not his fault that he treated his mother badly and that he was doing what he could. The man then says that he would go to his interview, but before he goes, the friend says that he needed his friend to give him all the money he had. He says he doesn't have any more money and his friend says that if things went on like this, he wouldn't be able to help him anymore. The man then asks his friend to take it easy and that he would come to his interview. Sometime later, the man breaks his friend kissing his girlfriend. He asks what was going on there. She says that there was nothing left between them, as the man was now broke. The man then says that he had thought he was his best friend. The friend then says that the truth was that he was only his friend because he was rich and that when he got home, the man was supposed to no longer be living there. The man then asks why the two are doing that to him and that he thought he could count on the two. The friend then says that he was wrong about that. The girlfriend says that the man was supposed to leave, as they had nothing else to talk about. Later, the man is sitting sad. His mother appears and hands him a new cell phone. He says he doesn't want to think about games anymore and asks his mother for forgiveness. She says her son didn't need to ask for forgiveness as all she wanted was for her son to learn a lesson. He says he had been through a lot and asks to be able to go back to his house. She says that he could go back to her house with her.